run them. Run them like run them, run them. Run them like run them, run them.
From the bottom of the map to the land down under, you feel my drive, see my vision, and hear my hunger. As my money gets older, theirs get younger. They sell their soul, but the devil knows I have no number. I'm global, baby, for sure, baby. Go, baby, uh-oh, baby, no, baby. Yeah, baby, now jiggle it, baby, let me tickle it, baby. I know I'm lost, it's gonna be hard to save me. I'm sorry, that's how they count and raise me. Y'all heard me right, we run the night. Now, fuck you, pay me.
Like run them, run them. Run them like run them, run them. Run them like run them, run them. Feel like a rush, 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 brushing past me all over my skin. I can get enough, enough, 'cause the beat keep pulling me in. Taking me so high up, places I've never been. Party all night, sleep all day, then do it again. Party at the wings of the night. I'm like run them, run them. Like run them, run them.
There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Oh, sister, I will help you out. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Hey, brother, there's an endless road to rediscover. Hey, sister, do you still believe in love? I wonder. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. What if I'm far from home? Oh, brother, I will hear you call. What if I lose it all? Oh, sister, I will help you out. Oh, if the sky comes falling down for you, there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do. Far from home. Far from home. nothing I can do. I don't know
Maybe to get away, go somewhere, any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car, I got a plan to get us out of here. I've been waiting at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs. Finally see what it means to be living. You got a fast car, fast enough so we can fly away. We gotta make a decision. It's a night of Tatts Finke. Still young and took like it. Mowing off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to have you all here this evening. Welcome to the Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, which is proudly sponsored by You Bet. Bit of housekeeping to get us underway. There's definitely no smoking within this building. There's a courtyard outside to my left. There's heaters out there. There's also audio coverage. You can go and have a smoke out there. The toilets are located around to the right outside, and in case of emergency, the exits are lit. The Ellery room next door has the bar and the cafe. It also has our official event photographers, and a big thanks to Chloe and Hannah and all the staff at Northern Territory Event Photography for ensuring that every competitor can purchase a souvenir of their great week here in Alice Springs. The live feed screens are around outside, so you won't miss a thing, and your family at home can tune in and via our Facebook page and watch your performance when you get your awards here this evening. When you are called up for an award, the staircase to my right is for you to access the stage, and all prize winners, as you are leaving the stage, you're asked to pose for a photo. Any queries should be directed to the officials over on my right-hand side next to our bopping DJ there. That's got the housekeeping out of the way. Welcome to all our sponsors here this evening, the competitors, all of the volunteers, our race officials from both CAMS and Motorcycling Australia Northern Territory, our life members who are here this evening, the spectators who've helped us out and who have helped this event over the past 42 years, and also a big welcome to all the past champions in the room. You guys are legends, and you are joined by another one today. This evening, as this event is known, is the Tatts Finke Desert Race. And we've had two ambassadors from Tatts here in town with us this weekend, Rochelle and Tess. We thank them and their company for the great work. This is the 18th year their company has had the naming rights as a sponsor for our event. So I'd like to now welcome Tess Cameron to the stage. Please welcome her from Tatts.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tess Cameron, and I'm here representing Tatts, the naming sponsor of the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race. I joined Tatts just under a year ago, and literally since my first week, all I've been hearing is, "You get to go to Finke next year. I'm so jealous you get to go to Finke. Please take photos when you go, because I've never been, and no one except your role gets to go," and so on. And so I've been anticipating this trip is a slight understatement. Despite that, this weekend, I realised literally nothing can prepare you for Finke until you've been here and witnessed the mammoth effort put in by everyone involved. From the volunteers, the grid ambassadors, the the landowners, the spectators, the pit crews waiting patiently at the other end. To all the competitors, thank you. Tatts may sponsor this event, but it would literally be nothing and mean nothing without you all. To the organising committee and Northern Territory major events, congratulations on making the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race a success. As a company, Tatts is committed to giving back to communities in the Northern Territory where we operate, and we're so pleased to show our support by sponsoring the biggest annual sporting event in the Central Australian calendar. Like Finke, Tatts Lotto has been around for over 40 years now, and we're so glad we get the chance to align these historic brands to create something special. When I'm not attending Finke, my role also includes phoning those lucky winners who've won Division 1 in Lotto and letting them know the good news. Each week I talk to people who've just realised their dream or ticked something off their bucket list. After witnessing the excitement of the last few days, seeing winners at the Finke finish line yesterday, and today back here, I can honestly say your reactions are very similar. I hope you all enjoy that winning feeling, no matter how far you made it along the track, and fingers crossed I might be calling one of you soon with some Division 1 news. Once more, congratulations to everyone involved in the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race. Have a great evening.
Thanks very much, Tess. And to the Tatts group, we do thank you for your support. It was lovely yesterday to be able to take Rochelle and Tess down to Finke on a flight to see what all this thing about Finke was and where you'd all gone as competitors. So it was a great weekend for all of us. Our Finke Desert Race Committee actually see all of you guys as part of our Finke family, and we really encourage you to support the people and businesses that help support this great event here in Central Australia. And our platinum sponsors, I'd like to name those, are the Lassiter's, where the facility next door, the Alice Springs Town Council, Imparja Television, Lion for our frothies, Central Comms, TJM, Alice Springs, the Community Support Program, Northern Territory Major Events Company, You Bet, and our media partners, Radio Alice 8HA. It's now my great pleasure to welcome to the stage the president of this great race, Anthony Yoffa.
Thanks, Damien, and welcome everybody to the 2017, I'll reiterate what Damien said, 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night brought to you by UBET. I feel very privileged that I've stood up here now for 18 years and seen how much the event has grown and how much support the event has. Back in 2001 we were in the sheds at the showground. I don't remember if anyone remembers that. Bitterly cold, toilets were dreadful, lighting was poor, and but at the time it was the best we could do. As we move forward, and as we've had more support from sponsors and from competitors, as you can see now we're almost outgrowing ourselves. This year we had our second biggest overall competitor number with 860 odd, and we had the biggest ever car field of 140, which I'm really excited about, and I congratulate those car competitors that came here. Late last year there was a push on for our event to leave the Confederation of Australian Motorsports Australian Off-Road Championship and to join a rival series. We weighed that up. We had competitors in our ear, both for and against, and we decided to stick with the Australian Off-Road Championship, and we had a ringing endorsement. We had 150 entries in no time, so I'm extremely grateful to you car competitors that have come along for this year's event. In terms of visitors to Alice Springs, from previous surveys of competitors, we see the average bike competitor from interstate brings 6 or 7 people with them, and the average car competitor brings 10. 90% of our competitors this year have come from interstate. That means there's over 6,000 extra people in Alice Springs when you include the top enders. Alice Springs' population has increased by 25% over this week, and that's because all you people choose to come to our wonderful town here in the centre of Australia. Here, give yourself a round of applause for that. Also have to thank our emergency services support. I know stopping for a breathalyser isn't much fun, but NT Police breathalysed 5,000 people this weekend, including some of you 3 or 4 times, and they picked up a handful. That's really impressive, and again, I thank you for what you've done there. I also thank St John Ambulance that this weekend helped retrieve a small number of injured bike riders. Yesterday there were 17 retrievals. Today there were fewer than that. Now, for a field of yesterday 570 and today 480, I think that's it's great for the number of injuries. Fewer numbers at the hospital, but fantastic support from St John Ambulance, so I thank them very much. Damien also mentioned that Tatts had been the naming rights sponsor for 18 years, and it's been a great privilege to have them for that time. That's 18 years continuously. They are a cash sponsor, they are our biggest sponsor and have been for a long period of time. We welcome them to come back in the future, and we hope that they do, and we're in negotiations for future years. I'll tell you about our social media. And some of these figures might impress you, they certainly impress us. 5 years ago we had 500 Facebook followers. This weekend we have 75,000. Our stream on the web, last year we had 30,000 visits to the web stream over the weekend. This year it was 50,000. And our reach on Facebook has been to over 1 million individual people this weekend alone. Another innovation this year is Instagram, the pop-ups of Instagram on the screen and tonight and across the live screen if you'd like to do that. Finke17 is the hashtag. We've found over the years that social media is just gone bananas, and it's now a tool that we embrace. And I'm glad so many of you embrace social media. There's some of us that still aren't on it. I'm not going to name those, but it certainly helps the committee, and I congratulate our committee on the work that they've done, particularly Claire Ryan on the work she's done on Facebook over the last 5 years. I'd also like to make mention of the Northern Territory Government. Prior to the recent Northern Territory Government election, the incoming Labor government made a commitment to the club that if they were successful, they would make a grant to us. Of course, they won government. We've been approved for a grant of $500,000 for improvements at the start-finish line, predominantly safety. We want a safety barrier down the finishing straight. We want to get more permanent buildings rather than demountable buildings, and some other improvements for our volunteers. The NT government are going to support that, and I'm very grateful for that support. The Chief Minister of the Northern Territory, Michael Gunner, whose grandfather was one of the 3 gentlemen that started the event and planned it back in 1975. Michael Gunner was here today, along with the Tourism and Sports Minister, Lauren Moss. They were just blown away with how many people were here, but how much support you people gave back to the event, and that's what we thrive on. To our 280 odd volunteers, there are a significant number of them still working tonight. We've got sweeps coming back overnight. I know you've heard this before, but I need to make mention of them. We've got 3 of the checkpoints we'll spend overnight out in the cold, and we've got some of the fuel stops are also staying by. We've got our scoring team is still at race control, and our web team. So altogether, they put this show together. I'm only up here tonight with Damien just to talk about how good it is. There's a lot of other people that do the work. And in closing, I'd like to congratulate my fellow committee members, Damien Ryan, who's the Vice President, Claire Ryan, who is our Secretary, Glenn Orick, who prepared the track, has come back on the committee. Deirdre White, who is at Fuel Stop 3 at Mount Squires. And Daniel Sawyer, who is over here helping tonight with the AV, and he's been in our IT department all week. Along with them, we have delivered what we consider the best off-road event in the country that's had enormous media coverage, and I implore you all to come back and compete in what I consider Australia's greatest desert race. Thank you very much.
Well, Anthony, I think we should get into a bit of work here. This evening, the dog spikes that you received for completing the race will be presented to you by the Asbuild Finke Desert Race grid ambassadors, who are all volunteers. Now, these grid ambassadors have worked with us over the week, and unlike many other promotional modelling positions around the country, selecting real women who have both a passion and an interest in motorsport, but also have an interest in volunteering their time to a community event. They've become part of our Finke family and are widely recognised, and these young ladies all bring a wealth of knowledge, experience and passion to the event and broadcast the race to a wider audience. So we thank each of these girls for their contribution as volunteers over the weekend. Our Asbuild Finke Desert Race grid ambassadors this year were Stephanie Rains from Darwin, Jordan Lucas from Melbourne, Ellen Shembry from Alice Springs and Tala Coulthard from Renmark. So please, a big round of applause to these young ladies who pay their own way and give us such a great hand here. Now, I would like to also mention a few of our gold sponsors. So within this event, we have different levels of sponsorship, but our gold sponsors provide key services and expertise to supporting the running of this event. Our gold sponsors this year, Asbuild Northern Territory, Chubb Fire and Security, Telstra and Ram Hire. So please, a round of applause for those people for their great work. Now, if I could invite the President back on stage, and I'd like to start with him to present some of these dog spikes before we move into a few categories. So also, could I please have the Asbuild ambassadors to the front of the room. When we call out your name, and we're going to work through the car and buggy first of all, Yoff, is that okay with you? Yep. And we'll call your names out. Please file past the front here and get this this spike that you've completed the race. This is your reward. So I'd like to start this off with Tim Margaret and Tom Margaret from South Australia, car 711, Tatiana Hunter and Robert Hunter from Alice Springs, 6615. Daniel, you have to help me here, Anthony, Shisolowski.
Yep.
Yes, and Tara, 6613. 866, Brad Drummond and Phil McCready from Queensland. 6682, Scott Henshin and Sonia Henshin from Queensland. 699, Nathan Shears and David Gordon. 844, Andrew Theogidis and Tyrone Power from Queensland. 6638, Mark Peterson, Andrew Strauss from South Australia. 879, Travis Rosewarne and Stuart Shetton. 6683, Andrew Cremond, Samuel Cremond and Sophie Cremond from Victoria. Over to you, Anthony.
Continuing on in the car finishes, car 855. Paul Malt and Michelle Malt. Car 702, Jeff Pickering and Dylan Watson. Car 660, Dean Terry, Jordan Terry. Car 6688, Heath Moore and James Foster Green. Car 6606, Mitchell Cross and Chris Cahill. Car 678, Brad Hancock, Gordon Fletcher and Jeffrey Hancock. Car 889, Matt Gardner and Levi Saliba. Car 278, Craig Pankhurst and Luke Pankhurst. Car 6674, Gary Taylor and Jamie Hacker. Car 6637, Damien Nash, Alex Turner and Wayne Cales. Car 6651, Daniel McKenzie and Garth Hannaford. Car 6666, Royden Bailey and Hannah Bailey. Feel free to bring your kids up. Car 433, David Bird from the Northern Territory. Good on you, David. Car 688, Justin Montesalvo and Thomas Mills. Car 125, Alex Heinzel, Paul Heinzel and Deb Heinzel. Car 619, Cody Crocker, Greg Folletta and Nathan Wright. Car 602, Michael Schneider, Sophie Schneider. Car 6689, Bryce Washington and Gary Connell. And car 6639, Jake Williams and Aidan Williams.
That's great, and we'll come back with some more spikes a little later, but I'm now going to get Anthony to stick around, and we're going to move into the extreme four-wheel drive place getters.
Extreme four-wheel drive. Highly modified four-wheel drive with engines not exceeding 6,000cc for petrol engines or 7,200cc for diesel engines.
Four-wheel drive, highly modified, not exceeding 6,000cc. And if I could invite two of the girls to the stage, two of the ambassadors, to give us a hand with this category. Would you please stay, Anthony, and I'll read them, and would you present them? So, third in this class, extreme four-wheel drive, vehicle 855, Paul Moult and Michelle Moult from Queensland in an elapsed time of 6 hours, 56 minutes and 3 seconds. Second in class, extreme four-wheel drive.
Yes, I can. Doubt better leave. I'm running with this plan. Pull me, grab us in a bucket, can't have me. I'll be the president one day. January 1st. Hope you like that gossip. Like you the one drinking that gossip.com. Now I gotta work for your tongue.
Second in the class, vehicle 889, Matt Gardner and Levi Saliba from Queensland in a time of 6 hours 46:21.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace, kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you.
And the winner of this class, car 817, Mark Reynolds and Andrew Caulfield, Queensland, time of 6 hours, 13 minutes, 17 seconds. Can you say a few words?
Oh, God, do I have to?
Congratulations anyway. Well done.
I'm going to make it quick. Thanks to our sponsors, Venture 4x4 and Auto Electrics in Brisbane. Big thanks to Paul from Down South Motorsports for tuning the car for us before we went out. Made a massive difference to get it right on the whoops. Haven't never raced on it before. Quick thanks to Lasergrave Solutions, Async Auto and AJC Metal Products. Thanks very much. Had a ball.
Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Congratulations to all of you. Anybody want to get shots? They're over here. Okay, now I'm going to move into the production four-wheel drive, Anthony, and get you to present those. So production four-wheel drive was class 7. This was for a four-wheel drive not exceeding 6,000 cc. And second in this class, number 711, Tim Mugridge and Tom Mugridge from South Australia in a time of 7 hours 51:10. Just stay up here till the others come. Just stay up here. Good on you. And the winner in this class, vehicle 702, Jeff Pickering and Dylan Watson from Queensland in a time of 6 hours 54:23. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Well done. Hope you enjoyed your weekend.
Oh, yeah.
You had a ball?
Always. Okay. Send it to Steve James, all right?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
I never
Baby,
rode.
don't hurt me.
No, I know, but
Don't hurt me
running the events.
no more.
Yeah, I've been involved in this one before.
Yeah. The name is...
Oh, right.
Oh, no.
No, say a few words. Congratulations. Well done. Good on you. Lovely to see you.
Another great Fink event. Thank you, Anthony and Damien, the Alice Springs community, volunteers, organisers. Just a fantastic race. I agree with Anthony. I think it's probably the premier off-road race in Australia and maybe in the world. So a great event. This is my 14th Fink with 13 finishes. And thanks to Bernard, my team manager and technician, the pit crew, the families, the support and the sponsors that make it possible. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Perhaps before Jeff goes, if I could ask Jeff, how many of those 14 have you won production class? 13. 13?
I'm sorry?
How many of those 14 visits have you won your Class 7, the production class?
13 times.
13. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And congratulations to those, the production class trophy winners. We're now going to do something a little bit different this year at the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, brought to you by UBet. We are now going to cross to Benny Bishop, who's caught someone, shanghaied someone into an interview. So I'll throw across to Benny in just a moment. You'll know him as he was doing the commentary across the weekend at the start line. Have I got you there, Benny?
I think we have. Thanks so much. Ladies and gentlemen, how about you put your hands together for our two illustrious MCs up there on the stage tonight, Yoff and Damo, as we like to call him, the mayor. We're over on the side if you're wondering where we are, and we're going to welcome up for our first little bit of a snapshot interview. We're going to have a chat to the guy who grabbed third on the podium for the bikes today. Please put your hands together for Luke Hayes. How are you, champion?
Well, thanks, mate.
Still pinching yourself a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, still hasn't set in yet, to be honest.
I don't think it's the only thing that hasn't set in yet, because the reality is you've stepped into a whole new corporate world now of a little company called KTM, and I think maybe we should talk to the crowd and let them know that it's not all beer and skittles. In fact, it's actually hard racing and ice baths.
Absolutely, yeah. No, they treat me well, but they also, kick me right in the arse with that ice bath down there, I think.
We were on hand. We couldn't get the footage tonight to show you, unfortunately, but it is available if you look at the YouTube live stream. However, it was a little bit of a wake-up call getting into the ice bath. How about you just take us second by second, getting into the wheelie bin full of ice, and apparently something of your appendages may have disappeared. Is that true?
Yeah, mate. I definitely lost a few limbs in there, I reckon. It was hard work after suffering for a few hours, only to be told to get straight into something that was probably worse than the 2 hours I just endured. Yeah. But definitely better off for it today, though, I think.
Yeah, that's what everybody says anyway. We'll just believe them, shall we? Now, what I want to do is, obviously there's a bit of profile that comes with what you're doing now with the whole corporate responsibility and third at Finke and stuff like that. But I noticed, mate, that your Instagram, it's only got 1,051 followers. So what we're going to do tonight in this room, and anybody who's watching on the live stream, is we're all going to jump onto Instagram right now. So grab your phones, and we're going to see if we can crack 2,000 people for Luke tonight. So grab it on. It's Lukey51, right?
Yes, correct.
Lukey51, it's on 1,051 followers now. We want to see if we can crack 2,000. We'll give you updates as we go throughout the night. Now, there's only one last thing. We just wanted to check. The guys at KTM have told us that there's corporate responsibility that you've got. First thing you need to do with this sponsorship and being in the KTM family is that you need to thank them in your sponsors, in your interviews. You did that well today. Very good, mate. You endorsed the bike and everything like that. The other thing that you need to do, just to prove that you're part of the family, is you need to be able to pronounce what KTM stands for. Now, can you tell me what KTM stands for?
Mate, I could not tell you.
Could you like to make a guess?
Crazy Twisted Machines.
Yeah, that's good effort. I'm not sure if the camera could see this, but that's actually what KTM stands for there. I'm not sure if you can see that up on the big screen. And I think, it's only simple Austrian. You're an Australian. That's pretty similar. I think, what do you reckon we get Luke Hayes to make an attempt at pronouncing what KTM stands for? Yes, people, do we want to hear this? All right, here we go, buddy. It's KTM, your company stands for?
Kraftfahrzeug, Zunkenpols, Mattegrofen.
How did he go? Not a bad effort. Put your hands together, grabbing third on the podium for the bikes today. Luke Hayes. Back to you, boys.
Thanks, Benny.
And I think, Damien, we'll get Luke to do that again when he comes up here later. So we'll have multiple...
I'm not so sure about that, Yov.
Yeah, multiple goes of that. I'm sure as he limbers up in the night, he'll get it down pat.
Okay, we're going to go with some more spikes now, car competitors. So if we could have those ambassadors back out the front again to give us a hand with these. And we're going to start from position 43. This is the order. And car 817, Mark Reynolds, Andrew Caulfield from Queensland. Car 679, Simon Dean and Scott Clark. Car 26, Nathan Monk, Damien Monk, Victoria. Car 166, Mick Fraser, Jason King, South Australia. Car 489, Michael McLean, John Stewart, New South Wales. Car 657, Ewan McClue and Richie Nyhouse from Victoria. 618, Nathan Dennis and Naaman Morse from New South Wales. 648, Brent Smoothie and Michael Biggs, Western Australia. 507, Michael Ranson and Jay Davidson from Queensland. 669, Philip Lord and Dallas Lyons from South Australia. 650, Les Shivers and Michael Croasdale from New South Wales. 242, Michael Phillips, Lisa Phillips, Queensland. Over to you, Yov.
In car 661, Michael Crossland and Steve Wood. Obviously it's a Can-Am, they got the crew down here. In 696, Craig McDonald and Alex Meal. 647, Scott Timkin and Matthew Dillon. 651, Greg Campbell and Alison Campbell. In car 44, Shane Elphinston and Kurt Elphinston. In car 473, Christian Mingay and Lewis Chamberlain. Car 19, Troy Schoen and Christopher Harper. In car 482, Rick Norris and Troy Clay. In car 174, Jono Patterson and Kevin Pettit. And rounding out this lot, car 601, Jeff McNiven and Andrew Reid.
Now, I'll get you to stick around and we're going to go into some more trophy winners there, Yop. So we're going to now move on to the Extreme Two-Wheel Drive division.
Extreme Two-Wheel Drive. Highly modified two-wheel drive with engines not exceeding 6,000 cc for petrol engines or 7,200 cc for diesel engines. Extreme Two-Wheel Drive.
So Extreme Two-Wheel Drive. In third place, vehicle 410, Greg Gartner, Jamie Jennings, Mark Hannaford, South Australia, in a time of 4 hours 47:14. Well done. Second in class, car 3. Stephen Sanderson, Talia Ocas, Alice Springs, in a time of 4 hours, 12 minutes, 41.
To the people back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, the ill behavior back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, to the people back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, the ill behavior back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, to the people back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, the ill behavior back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, to the people back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, the ill behavior back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, to the people back once again, will the renegade master. D4 damager, the ill behavior back, get 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 back.
And the winner of this class, vehicle 413, Bo Robertson, Western Australia, Shane Hutt, New South Wales, a time of 3 hours 45:58. Bo, we might invite you to say a few words over that microphone. Yep. Come on, mate. Come on, Bo. No. Not going to move. Yeah, here he goes.
No, just thanks to everyone for coming, and thanks to the whole of Alice Springs and all the Finke committee. You guys have done a great job, and as always, it's been a great event, so thank you very much.
Anthony. Thanks, fellas. Well done. Okay. Yeah, good idea. Good finish for what started early. Good idea. It's just plenty of a few more checks. So we're going to go back to a few more, half the next page. So we're going to get our helpers out again. We're going to move into some more of the spikes to the car and buggy finishes this weekend. It might get you to kick off from position 21, Anthony. Okay, in the cars, this is for the dog spikes. Number 46, Brett Lewis and Robert Frost. Number 676, Nathan Shivers and Scott O'Connor. Another Can-Am. Number 422, Bruce Muir and Mark Henry. Good on you, Bruce. 121, Scott McNeil and Michelle McNeil. Car 442, Tim Pickford. Tim Pickford. Start again. Tim Pickford and Adrian Vandersloot from New South Wales. Car 155, Lockie Weir and Paddy Weir. Car 492, David Fellows, Greg Rhodes and Mark Bergerman. Car 73, Paul White and Katie Schroeder. Car 410, Greg Gartner, Jamie Jennings and Mark Hannaford. Car 121, Matthew Martin and Kerry Martin. Car 39, Darren Agrella and Stuart Allen. Car 121, Chris Browning and Car 131, Chris Browning and Chris Clark. Damien. Thank you. We might go into another class now if you're happy to do that, Anthony.
Go the rest of the spikes.
Oh, you want to keep going with the spikes? Sorry about that. Okay, so our next spike collectors are in car 23, Peter Costello and Ben Brooks, Northern Territory. Number 16, Talbot Cox and Andrew North from Queensland. Number 59, Harley Lettner and Luke Ayres. Car 135, Andrew Moles, Matthew Morgan, Northern Territory. Car 3, Stephen Sanderson, Talia Cass, Alice Springs. Number 32, Michael Marsden and Chris Colburn, Queensland. Number 1, Jack Rhodes, David Bellino, South Australia. Number 413, Bo Robinson, Shane Hutt. And the last one of our spike collectors is car 33, Shannon Wrench, Ian Wrench, Victoria. Big round of applause for all our finishers in the car and buggy division of the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race. Thank you, ladies. We're now going to move in and present the awards for the Sportsman's Buggy class.
Sportsman Buggy. Buggies with engines not exceeding 1330cc.
Okay. So I've got to come back to that one. Actually jumped the gun there a bit. I'm going to move on now, and I'll get you to stay here for a moment. But I'd like to mention our silver sponsors that assist us with this event this year. And keep in mind, these companies support us very well with services and so forth each year. Alice Equipment Hire, Complete Fencing, and this year our new hydration sponsor, Acuna Springs, and that's the water you've been drinking all weekend. Thanks very much to our silver sponsors. A big round of applause, please, for them. Now I'm going to move into some spikes. These are for some of the, we're going to start on the bike classes with some spikes. So these are the people who've completed the course over the weekend. And I'm just going to go to get this started. And when we call you out, please come up and pick up your spike. Number H01, Ross Dennis, Queensland. Number 876, Paul Walker, Tasmania. Number Y82, Rob Barandi, South Australia. Number Y23, Gavin Fawcett, Northern Territory. Number 532, Ainsley Ross, Queensland. Number 770, Jonathan Day, Western Australia. Number 796, Damien Flavel, South Australia. Number 409, Fred Hawkins, Alice Springs. Number 725, Adam Stevens, Mildura. Number 823, Tim Dixon, South Australia. Number 866, Scott Lincoln, New South Wales. Okay, number 557, Ryan Beale, Queensland. Number 841, Miles Davis, Victoria. Bike 848, Glenn Vernon, Tasmania. Number 754, Scott Perry, Western Australia. Number 517, David Hanson, Western Australia. Number 936, Christopher Hodges, New South Wales. Number 727, Paul Zabak-Bizan, Alice Springs. Number 508, Travis Maxwell, Victoria. Number 404, Hubert Vasilis from now can you help me? Is this from Denmark, is that correct? 710, Teen Land from Victoria. 704, Nathan Stevenson from Queensland. Y06, Evan Brooker, Victoria. H59, Ray Booth, Victoria. Now, would you like to take over from 429, Anthony?
Number 305, Simon Fennick. Number 651, Luke Wangman. Number 819, Cameron Griffiths. Number H23, David Homam, or Homam. Number 148, Ben Fielding. Number 227, Joshua Flowers. 280, Edward Welpton. Y50, Nicholas Deans. 803, Greg Kipling. 801, Richard Maxwell. 554, Jonathan Farmer. 669, Troy Jackwitz. 245, Brent DeLuca. 623, Russell Fabro. 734, Will Canavan. 706, Stuart Dennis. And 988, Brandon Gears.
Now, Andy, I get you to stick around. We're going to do bikes class 10 trophies now.
Class 10. Quads 40 years of age and over.
So our class 10 victors. In third place, Y45, Craig Shea from Darwin, in a time of 7 hours, 39 minutes, 35 seconds. Second in the class, Y97, Willie Orr, Alice Springs, in a time of 7 hours, 36:43. And the winner in Class 10, the champion for this year, is Y04, Colin McFarlane from Queensland in a time of 7 hours, 2 minutes, 38 seconds.
Y45.
I'd like to say a big thank you to all the Fink organisers, all the people that helped out on the track with the refueling and all that sort of stuff, and a big thank you to my wife and 4 kids, my sponsors. Thank you very much.
Some would say that's a tough gig, the over 40s riding a quad down and back. So congratulations to Colin McFarlane there, who was the winner. You are watching the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, brought to you by UBet if you are watching the live stream. We mentioned the sportsman's buggy before. There were no finishes in that class, hence no presentation. Now it's time for me to flick across to our roving microphone on the night, Benny Bishop, to see who he's got. Who you got there, Benny?
Thanks very much, Yoffa. Well, we need to do a quick update on what's happening with Luke Hayes' Instagram account. Lukey51 has only grown by 50. Only grown by 50, so we need you to get your phones out, find Lukey51, and get onto that Instagram. Would you please do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome somebody who's got a story that's not necessarily funny. In fact, it could have been tragic, but it does summarise the community spirit that comes with Finke. So would you please welcome all the way from, well, assisting AGP Racing. Put your hands together for Dean Cox. DC, great to meet you tonight, mate, but very quickly, we're just going to summarise, I guess, what happened with you guys. You were carrying the gear for 10 different riders down to Finke, right?
12 riders, yeah, all their gear.
Right, 12 riders, and then tragedy happens.
Yeah, an incident happened where we rolled the trailer, and, you know, I just can't acknowledge enough the help of other people that enabled us to get the equipment down to Finke to allow the boys to fuel up, get back home the next day, and continue to finish the race. Absolutely outstanding the way that, knowing that we knew they just pulled up. Yes, this is a racing fraternity at the absolute best to help everybody, so fantastic effort.
And so everybody who helped were people who were involved with other race teams?
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. We were stuck coming down the road from Kalgoa, I think it's called, yeah. You know, 70, 80 Ks down the middle of nowhere. If we didn't have their assistance, we'd still be sitting there in the dark, and these boys wouldn't have been able to complete the race. So, outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
There it is. It's a great story of the Finke community. Even though half of the riders this year were actually new riders, it's like as soon as you get involved with this community, you're part of that family forever. Now, we'd like to get you to say thanks so much to Dean Cox, ladies and gentlemen. And also, if you've got any other funny stories or little anecdotes of things that have happened over the week that you'd love the whole Finke community to hear about, and maybe you'd just like me to assist you in embarrassing someone from your team, I'm just going to be walking around looking for a couple of people here shortly, so grab me and let's see if you've got a story that could potentially embarrass someone tonight. We'd love to hear it. Back to you up on the stage, boys.
Thanks, Benny. We're going to continue on with some more dog spikes we're going to present, and we'd like the young ladies to come out and present these. Any action down there? We're going to do some dog spikes. Going to kick this off with competitor 288, Ben Barrett from WA. Competitor 811, Paul Harvey from South Australia. 337, Graham Havens from the Northern Territory. 602, Patrick Davey, Victoria. 380, Matthew Traniski, Queensland. 747, Peter Green, Western Australia. 872, Jason Hayes, New South Wales. 184, Michael Kelly, Northern Territory. 584, Carl Foster, Alice Springs. 275, Christopher Kowalski, Northern Territory. 476, Bianca Connor, Northern Territory. X58, Philip Sanderson, Victoria. 925, Paul MacArthur, Western Australia. Over to you, Anthony. We're at 399.
399.
Position.
Yeah, number 776, Jason Schmish. I hope I've pronounced that right, Jason. Number Y14, Paul Goody, Alstasia. Number Y98, Vittorio Bonacci. Number 380, Samuel Nelson. 844, Greg Suter. 509, Tyler, beg your pardon, Gareth Tyler. 767, Rob Guy. 609, Michael Daly. X66, Luke Young. 821, Lee McDougall. 515, Sam Fielding. 890, Roy Chamberlain. 861, Brett Shaw. 207, Ryan Palmer. He's from Jerusalem in South Australia. I didn't know there was a Jerusalem there. 423, Hayden Moyer. 859, Andrew Nicholson. 817, Martin Nataris. 950, Gavin Rundle. And 410, James McCormack.
Move into a category.
We might go a few more because there's a lot of bike riders.
Sorry.
999, Nathan Falvo. 896, Bradley Raffin. 813, Warwick Bentley. 806, Matthew Tisdall. 514, Shannon Geeby. 617, Andrew Ginn.
I got 500 numbers.
Or Andrew Ginn.
So I don't know which one's up.
854, Andrew Napier. 736, Richard Dunham. 502, Darren Smith. 417, Andrew Campbell. 666, Mark Stevenson. X45, Sean Ryan Caputo. 535, Joshua Lawless. Y55, John Lovett. 233, Anthony Knott. 860, Darren Twigden. 513, Julie Denya. 879, Dean Sullivan. X11, Bryce Edwards. 563, Graham King. 738, Matt Harvey. 503, Patrick Balderson. 113, Sean Florimel. 713, Darryl Anderson. 862, David Forbes. X21, Michael Parham. 709, Richard Nagel. 656 Sean Cox. Y45 Craig Shea. 812 Gordon Fisher. 164 Matthew Gunst. And 937 Caleb Trussler. And coming up in just a moment with the Class 9 bikes, the quads, this is something quite special. We're now
Class 9, quads, up to and including 39 years of age.
Class 9, quads up to 40 years of age. This was dominated by one group. Bike number 994, Cooper Van Vliet, Tasmania, Victoria. Second in the class, 991, Jake Van Vliet, Victoria. And the winner, 992, Mitchell Van Vliet, in a time of 5 hours 55 from Victoria.
So just while they're getting their photos, these are three brothers. This is a really impressive performance here.
Thank you. First off, I'd like to huge shout out to my mum and dad. Dad takes his beloved motorhome down the Fink track every year and it breaks it every time. So Mum spends the whole time worrying and cooking and washing and all that stuff. So on behalf of me and my brothers, with big shout out to Mum and Dad. Massive shout out to Yamaha Australia. They went above and beyond this year with food, catering and everything this year, and so it paid off. Another sponsor of mine, X-Drive, they gave me a lot of money this weekend to come race, and it helps out a lot because everyone knows here this is an expensive race. I'd also like to thank my other sponsors, Thor, Spy Goggles, Quad Squad. Adam set up my shocks, built my motor, and it handled a treat. B&B Off-Road, SP Moto Seats, the boys for doing my fuel stop, Chrissy and Harry and his mates. It was Also like to thank Cyclo Australia, Prestige Personal Training, Kevin Williams for all he's helped me out a lot over the years. Lid Inc. got a custom helmet for this weekend. And also like to thank all the organisers of the event. It's a best event in Australia. Thank you.
Damien, I can't recall where we've had a class that has had three brothers or three family members in every class placing before.
Pretty special, as you said. Now we're going to get back into some more spikes, is that correct? We've still got a lot of them to give away up here. Okay, I'll check to see I'm in the right area. I think we're at 380, is that correct?
348.
Sorry?
348.
348, okay. So the next spike goes to bike 238, Andrew Young from the Northern Territory. Bike 818, Andy Pellegrin from Alice Springs. Bike X89, Benjamin Bloxham from Queensland. Bike 239, Grant Donaldson from Queensland. Bike X24, Joshua Chadwick from WA. Bike 520, John Vandersloot from Western Australia. Bike Y97, Willie Orr, Alice Springs. Bike X62, Isaac Elliott, Victoria. X61, Jamie Lander, Alice Springs. X63, Zoran Elliott, Alice Springs. 697, Stephen Colling, New South Wales. X91, Tommy Ellis, Alice Springs. 585, Ty Kirkwood, South Australia. 728, Lincoln O'Connor, Victoria. 645, Jeremy Payton, Queensland. 892, John Laddams, Victoria. 742, David Inn, Victoria. 225, Caleb Drake, Queensland. 835, Andrew Case, Victoria. 434, Catherine Scoble, Western Australia. 571, Jay Brumer-Wernell from Northern Territory. 822, Ricky Potts, New South Wales. 223, Andrew Gallard, New South Wales. 836, Darren Sheriff, South Australia. 195, Mark Goodaham, Queensland. 723, Matthew Leet, Western Australia. 156, Dean O'Brien, Alice Springs. 147, David Hill, New South Wales. 625, Jeffrey Woodgate, Queensland. 809, Jason Harvey, South Australia. Bike 282, James Ritter, Queensland. 741, Frank McCarrow, Queensland. 620, Nathan Briffer, Victoria. 253, Tyson Bonneau, Western Australia. Tyson was the first competitor to sign into competitor relations, it seems like weeks ago. 488, Jamie Ian, Queensland. 774, Warren Axel, Western Australia. 125, Brett Hannon, New South Wales. 226, Jake Davison, New South Wales. 178, Rob Ogilvie, Queensland. 307, Jordan Mitchell, Victoria. 739, Lee Hopkins, South Australia. 783, Lee Jones, Alice Springs. 721, Matthew Gray, South Australia. 633, Patrick Cooper, Alice Springs. 615, Justin Jones, South Australia. X44, Luke Baker, South Australia. 547, Dylan Bignell, New South Wales. 743, Craig Forrest, New South Wales. 874, Dennis Negvelt, New South Wales. 755, Leon Compadano, Queensland. 712, Cameron Gray, Victoria. 218, James Perry, New South Wales. X23, Samuel Hewitt, South Australia. 601, Jason Mitchell, South Australia. 912, Dale Arnold, Victoria. 331, Timothy Nelson, Alice Springs. X10, Michael Thompson, Darwin. H13, Joe Andrus, Victoria. 605, Warren Cooley, Victoria. 826, Stephen McGregor, Victoria. 272, Jordan Stewart, Victoria. 824, Craig Taylor, Victoria. Okay, we're now going to move into a new category, and this is the Bikes Class 8.
Class 8. Veterans 45 years of age and over.
So we move into the bikes in Class 8. Third in the class, bike 883, Adam O'Connor from Queensland with a time of 5:53.01. Second in the class, bike 846, Neil Doyle from Victoria in a time of 5:39.26. And the winner of this class, bike 839, Jamie Harrison from Queensland in a time of 5:22.40.
We just wanna party.
We invite you to say a few words, Jamie.
Yep, well done to second and third. Adam's a mate of mine from Brisbane, and it was good to come up here and compete against him. Neil and I have battled over the years through different classes, so it's good to see him up here and still pushing hard. Usual thanks to the pit crews. I had some guys come up from down south to help me with pit stop 1 and 2, so that was good. To my partner Dee, thank you for your support and understanding. Everyone knows when you race this, it's not just this weekend, it's sort of 6 months preparation, so she's been very patient and understanding, so had a good time. I won't be back. Thanks.
Sports white? You go spike? Okay, we're now going to move into a category presentation. I'll just find the correct one here. And we're moving into the Sportslight category. Now, help me here.
Sportslight. Buggy or extreme two-wheel drive with production car-based engines with engine capacity for naturally aspirated engines to a maximum of 2,500 cc or four-cylinder forced induction engines to a maximum capacity swept volume of 1,600 cc.
Now I've got to get the girls down at the front here again and do some more dog spikes. We've still got a lot to give out. Okay. Bike 804, Tony Lockett, New South Wales. Number 426, Corey Muller, Alice Springs. H69, Mark Rosier, New South Wales. 408, Tim Maddox, Alice Springs. 536, Brendan Cousins, Queensland. 511, Patrick Dennis, Victoria. 521, Clancy Dixon, Queensland. 828, Anthony Chapman, South Australia. 951, Dylan Rule, New South Wales. 644, Daniel Ripley, New South Wales. 888, Robert Morrison, New South Wales. 730, Clint Vertigan, Victoria. 461, Paul Hughes, Alice Springs. 479, Bryce Beveridge, Victoria. 797, Jason Phillips, Alice Springs. 732, Scott Baker, South Australia. 636, Mark Stibbard, Western Australia. 550, Todd Clark, New South Wales. 885, Matt McIntosh, Victoria. 891, Michael Todorovic, Victoria. 548, Lewis Duff, New South Wales. 562, Joel Doohan, Victoria. X52, Brendan Smith, Queensland. 505, John Beauchamp, Queensland. 744, Kane Burns, Queensland. 858, Craig Baker, Victoria. X78, Matt Creswell, New South Wales. X04, Cody Van Wigurden, WA. 405, Sam Bentley, South Australia. X27, Luke Harrison, Victoria. X54, Travis Lawrence, Western Australia. 527, Jack Collins, Victoria.
Thanks, Damien. I might just pause for just a moment. The Sportslight class that we mentioned before, again, there were no finish in that class. We also do an award for a recipient of one of our competitors that passed away a number of years ago, and that is the Greg Lincoln Memorial Trophy. Greg was from Trafalgar, passed away while competing in the Prologue in 2005. There's a trophy in Greg's honour, and it's awarded to the fastest prologuer in Class 8, the over 45s. I'm not sure if the recipient is here tonight, but it is Class 8 Pro-logger that finished in 52nd position in 5 minutes and 58 seconds. That's pretty damn quick. And it is James Harrison.
Just a quick one. I was lucky enough to get this last year, and I've made mention of the fact that it's really good to see that these old boys are still out there pushing hard and trying. No doubt he was like myself and many of us in Class 8 that are over 45 and we think we're 27. But anyway, good on him for trying, and I'm really appreciative to get this reward. Thank you.
Good on you. Thank you. Yeah, well said, and thanks, Jamie. You are watching the Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, brought to you by UBet. We're now going to flick across to Benny, our interviewer extraordinaire, and find out who he's managed to dredge up in the crowd. He's got a pit crew person, he's got a competitor. Now he's itching to get started on the finish line. We've just got a cameraman that's he's nearly ready. So here we go, Benny with interview number 3. Take it away, Benny.
Thanks very much, Yoff. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure to be able to introduce, well, we talk about promotions going up in your world. What greater promotion than to start as a grid ambassador and then become an actual competitor. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for somebody who did their first Finke and got home today, has the spike to prove it, former grid ambassador Bianca Connor. Nice work, BC. Reality is 10Ks out of Finke, the dream nearly died.
No, actually 3K into Finke.
Oh.
Yeah. I come off pretty bad, but I didn't actually realise how bad it was until the photographer told me when I got back to Alice and said they were very surprised I even got up and moved. So I got up, I think adrenaline just took over, I got back and yeah, I think I jarred or broke my hand and then was just a bit sore, got over it in the morning, stretched a bit and then rode back, and when I got in about 10K, I come off. My throttle wasn't working when I started. When I come off, the people helped me and they said, oh, you've actually got a flat tyre. So I actually had it about 160K of a semi-flat tyre, and then, yeah, I just made it in.
So just completely no problems for the whole trip, really. It was completely cursed by the sound of it. No, you have the spike to prove that you did it. You've got the sore wrist and a couple of bandages as well, but the question's got to be asked. If you had to make a choice between grid ambassador and competitor, what would you choose for 2018?
When I got back, someone just said, are you happy that you're racing, or did you want to do Finke Grid Girl? Like, oh, God, man, I wish I was doing a Grid Girl.
It's that hard.
Oh, yeah. But, no, I'm glad I did it, and I'd probably do it again.
She probably would do it again. One last thing, a little bit of a tip for you. Her boss was so interested and so supportive of what she was doing that she flew in for this race today.
Yeah, he was here. Greg, you're a champ. He was here, he was with my family. I even did a shoey straight out of my boot after I finished, and he was beside me. I think I still have a job.
You're either going to be sacked or get a pay rise, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two, but I think I'm going to get a pay rise.
Hey, it's a cool story, isn't it? And that's true involvement at the Tatts Finke Desert Race. How about you put your hands together? They say every year that they love the race. Well, that just proves it. Put your hands together for Bianca Connor. Back to you, boys. Oh, before you get up there, we do need to say a happy 21st, and anybody else who's celebrating anything today, we need to say happy birthday to you, so we're going to get a big chorus across the room there. But this is particularly for a guy from Mudgeeraba who got home today. It's his 21st Good way to celebrate your 21st by coming home at Fink. A big happy birthday to Matthew Travinsky. Back to you, boys.
And that's free drinks from Matthew tonight for his 21st, if we can find him. Thanks for that, Benny. Another good interview. Benny's still scouting for people tonight for him to interrogate. And you may be interested to know that we are streaming presentation night. So if you've got family and friends that couldn't be here and like to watch, they can pick up the stream at finkdesertrace.com.au, of which 11,000 people have already been watching presentation nights. Over to you, Damien.
Thanks very much, Yoffa. And I'd just like to give my thanks to the volunteers who've been here this weekend. Anthony mentioned them earlier, but without those volunteers, and it's around 300 people who've given a hand over the weekend, whether you met them on the bar, in the pits, during the weekend, prologue or the scrutineering night. We couldn't run this event without their support. So I'd like to give them one big round of applause to all the volunteers, the red shirts who helped us this weekend. Big shout out, big thank you to them. We've got a few more dog spikes to give out there, Anthony. So going to start on 254 and work up. So competitor 898, David Lloyd, Howard Springs. 105, Ashley Brown, Victoria. 495, Simpson, Brianna. So it must be Brianna Simpson. 523, William McNamara. 516, Andrew Dunlop. 703, Jamie Daniel, Victoria. 206, Ren Atkinson, South Australia. 840, Justin Stevens, Western Australia. X87, Thomas Northover, Western Australia. 810, Carl Zucker, Victoria. 292, Philip Pridham, South Australia. 212, Scott Risk, Western Australia. 228, Matthew O'Connor, Victoria. 569, Brett Donaldson, Queensland. 699, Simon Bromble, South Australia. X14, Nathan Tyler, Victoria. Y04, Colin McFarlane, Queensland. 555, Jamie Stringer, South Australia. 104, Cameron Brennan, Victoria. 856, Richard Barella, New South Wales. 235, Ryan Maggs, Victoria. 566, Zach Anderson, Victoria. 470, Brendan Rose, South Australia. 882, Darren Spinks, South Australia. 120, Wayne Sheenan, South Australia. 931, Justin Hardock, Victoria. X59, Nicholas Harris, Queensland. 880, Brenton French, South Australia. 510, Lachlan Fitzgerald, Victoria. 311, Daniel Franklin, Palmerston, Northern Territory. 724, Dean Hartog, Queensland. 474, Joshua Dent, New South Wales. 577, James Eldridge, Victoria. And continuing on with those, bike X85, Lee Clark. X42, Kyle Pengilly. 215, Brad Lewin. 112, Tyson Obst. Bike 303, Adam Zabrinik. Bike 831, Simon Rue. Hope I got that right, Simon. Bike 293, Alex Twig.
Bike 232, Doug Camadiner. I hope I got that wrong, Doug. Right, Doug. 112, James Woods. 498, Mason Pratt. 847, Jason Flory. H78, Warren Zerner. 512, Dylan Fox. X46, Ben Stevens. 487, Alexandra Long. Bike 538, Jake Hoey. Bike 843, Derek Woods. Bike 927, Brett Clissold. Bike 518, Joshua Barkle. Bike 171, Kenrick Ebsery. Bike 513, Mark Sires. Number 589, Jesse Mackay, or Mackay. 729, Damien Bingham. 202, Michael Day. 825, Alan Sutton. 647, Chris Dennis. 714, Aaron Heath. 702, Nathan Kelly. 546, Jack Wangman. 507, Alan Henson. 814, John Shanna, or Sheena. And 109, Michael Vella.
Before we move into our next category of our car section, I'd like to mention our True Blue sponsors who again help us make this race great. They are Red Centre Office Technology, Asprint, the National Australia Bank, Wholesome, Yipper in Your Shopping Centre and Thrifty. So a big round of applause to our True Blue sponsors who've on board again this year, please. We're now going to move on to the performance two-wheel drive section.
Performance two-wheel drive. Modified two-wheel drive with engines not exceeding 6,000cc for petrol engines or 7,200cc for diesel engines.
You want to come up here? Okay, so in this category, the winner is 507, Michael Ranson and Jay Davidson from Queensland in a time of 5 hours 50:39. Big round of applause to our champion. You're right.
Hey guys, I'd like to thank the organisers. I'd like to thank Blake, Dave and Nikki. I'd like to thank MCA. Murray Cooter's a genius with suspension, especially with our car. We'd like to thank all 4x4, MR Sheet Metal, On The Spot Filter Clean, and the Italian wood-fired pizza place kept us fed all weekend. Thank you.
We're going to go on with some more dog spikes here. They're slowly going down here, Anthony. Okay, we move on to bike X88, Shannon Olsen from Queensland. Bike 641, Dean McKenna, Victoria. Bike 626, Adam Eppelstone, Tasmania. Bike 587, Mark Ian, Queensland. Bike 815, Jonathan Pitt, Tasmania. Bike H99, Lindsay Young, South Australia. 537, Madison Bird, Victoria. H63, Brad Nichols, Queensland. 751, Mark Blake, New South Wales. 477, Daniel Johnson, Victoria. 618, Shannon McKenna, Victoria. 565, Quati Torello, New South Wales. 716, Troy Blythman, Victoria. 726, Douglas Sutherland, Victoria. 580, James Cuthberry, New South Wales. 102, Chris Pepiot, Victoria. 753, Troy Stevens, South Australia. 610, Luke Starface, Victoria. 415, Ben Soul, South Australia. 198, Darcy Reagan, Victoria. 619, Adrian Bulmer, Victoria. 107, Damien Clark, Victoria. 416, Trent Krantz, South Australia. 599, Alexander Choice, Queensland. 220, Peter Bray, South Australia. 385, Lee Kane, Victoria. 864, Kit Ballon, Alice Springs. 497, Bradley Greenfield, Alice Springs. 881, Dean McMillan, South Australia. 807, Stephen Baker, New South Wales. 121, Luke Thompson, Western Australia. X18, James Ferguson, New South Wales.
Bike 294, Brendan Lester. X03, Todd Van Wingerden. 750, Travis Modestak. 740, Justin Meter. Number 108, Jack Creswell. Number 595, Brendan Lehman. 485, Brad Swan. Go on ya, Brad. Love it when people are sitting in front of me. Number 893, Jeff Horrocks. 722, Jody Perry. 384, Shah Manning. Number 922, Lachlan Bailey. X06, Luke Bruce. X25, Carl Borchard. 257, Michael Atkinson. 889, Edward Stanley. 432, Jacob Baker. 779, Brett Manuel. 266, Matteo Maggi. Hope I pronounced that right. Number 234, Jason Martin. 837, Andrew Carruthers. Number 131, Luke Ablett. Number 852, Anthony Purdy. Number 101, Reece Olive. Number 241, Glenn Taylor. Number 627, Stuart Windsor. Number 243, Zach Thornton. Number 555, sorry, too many fives. 551, William Vella. 217, Sean Brennan. 658, Benny Fitzgerald from Alice Springs. Good on you, Ben. 236, Troy Barons. And 994, Cooper Van Vliet.
We're now going to move on to another class. And this will be the utility terrain vehicles category A.
Superlight A utility terrain vehicle. Off-road recreational vehicles with engines naturally aspirated, not exceeding 1200 cc.
Okay, Anthony, if I could get you to present these. So in this category, third in class, competitor 6666, Royden Bailey, Hannah Bailey, South Australia, in a time of 6 hours, 39 and 3. Congratulations. Second in class, vehicle 6689, Bryce Washington and Gary Connell, in a time of 6 hours, 14:44. And the champion for this year in this category is vehicle 6639, Jake Williams, Aidan Williams, Victoria, in a time of 6 hours, 13 minutes and 34 seconds. Going to say a few words? Congratulations.
Thank you, mate. Firstly, I'd just like to thank Fink and all the organisation and workers involved with that. They've put on an awesome event. A massive thanks to Yamaha Australia, B&B Off-Road, Weller Racing, Troopaloo's Garage, Hardyman Off-Road Performance, Motor Oil, Alpoint Star Australia, Vanica, because they always look after me at the last minute, generally after midnight whenever I need stuff. Everyone else that helped fix our buggy down at Fink after we ripped the front wheel off. Without them, we'd probably still be there because me and Aidan definitely aren't mechanics. Personally, to Dennis Roberts from Yamaha, Lance Turnley, Matt Ferry, a good friend Lynn Dunstan for carting all our stuff down there. Massive thanks to Mum and Dad, endless credit card, hopefully it pays off. Sorry, Mum. My fiancée Toya, and anyone else that I forgot, thank you.
Off this side. Thanks, mate. Congratulations. Hope you had a good weekend. Sure. We're now going to move on to what was Class 10. This is the utility terrain vehicle Superlight B, and
Superlight B utility terrain vehicle. Off-road recreational vehicles with supercharged, turbocharged engines not exceeding 2050 cc.
So third in this class, competitor 651, Greg Campbell, Alison Campbell, New South Wales. A time of 5 hours 29 and 4. Second in class, compared to 601, Jeff McNiven and Andrew Reid, Queensland. A time of 5 hours, 18 minutes, 45. And the champion in this class is competitor 676, Nathan Shivers, Scott O'Connor, New South Wales, 5 hours, 7 minutes.
Wow, what an amazing race. Thanks so much to all the organisers and the volunteers especially. And huge thank you to my beautiful wife for supporting me and looking after my family while I'm out in the shed getting our 2 cars ready. Also, a big thanks to Anglemore for their huge support, and big thank you to BRP. It's been their weekend. Can-Am have just clean sweep here, and the top 13 buggies. So it's your day. Big thank you to Sam Hayes and BRP.
Well done, guys. Are you all coming back? Yes. You'll come back. You'll come back. These guys will. Come back. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get back in some more dog spikes. You like to kick us off, Anthony?
Yeah. Okay, we're getting towards the end of the dog spikes. In bike number 671, Michael Dorman. Number 772, Nathan Knight. Number X20, Clint Faulkner. Number 842, Gavin Pengelly. 867, Alan Saunders. X76, Dean Gillette. Dino. 399, Justin McMahon. 606, Sean Smith. 573, Samuel Collins. 389, Chris Sheridan. 197, Kyle Robson. 679, Sam Lucidi. 731, Anthony Hardman. X93, Hayden Mills. 590, Jamie Wilson. 231, Cameron Barber. 805, Michael Turner. Well done, Michael. 224, Justin Hewitt. 210, Matthew Shanks. 686, Mark Payton. X82, Luke Austin. 174, Nathan Andrus. 705, Stephen Boucher. X68, Samuel Trebles. X81, Matthew Austin. 799, Jason Huss. X80, Eddie Hampton. 199, Ashley Barella. X86, Stephen Maddox. 834, Trent Capine, or Capine. And X64, Andrew Solitz.
718, Troy Dale, New South Wales. 748, Grant Brotchett, New South Wales. 402, Thomas Gill, New South Wales. 698, Peter Rossi, South Australia. X60, Brendan Orlandi, Western Australia. X73, Matthew Brown, Queensland. 574, Gregory Prisk, New South Wales. 642, Lee Bentley, South Australia. 533, Patrick Ryan, New South Wales. 733, Darren Lesio from Victoria. 991, Jake Van Vliet, Victoria. 635, Jaden Males, Queensland. 652, Luke Kiddo, Western Australia. X15, Samuel Tilbrook. 492, Jaden Ainsley, Northern Territory. 524, Bradley Luff, New South Wales. 209, Darcy Chaplin, Victoria. X30, Mitchell Armstrong, New South Wales. 213, Matthew McDough, New South Wales. 180, Ryan Ellis, Queensland. X17, Jason Collins, Victoria. 115, Darren Ferrugia, Victoria. 582, Kyle Blake, Victoria. X98, Nicholas Good, New South Wales. 312, Tom Gilbertson, South Australia. X01, Nick Hardiman, South Australia. 992, Mitchell Van Vliet, Victoria. X34, Thomas Griffin, Victoria. 869, Steve Gunner, Alice Springs. 568, Luke Harding, New South Wales. 883, Adam O'Connor, Queensland.
I hope you're enjoying the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, brought to you by UBET. As I said, in excess of 11,000 had tuned in some time ago, and we expect that number to peak during the outright presentations.
Going to now move on to another bike class. We're going to go to Class 7.
Class 7, seniors 40 to 44 years of age.
So, third in class, Kenneth Hicks from Queensland, bike number 7, time of 5 hours 46:15. Second in class, Corey Yench from Kulinga in a time of 5:45:11. And the winner of this class, bike number 749, Yariv Konski from Victoria. A time of 5:39.39.
I don't know where to start. I just want to start by thanking a lot of people that helped me get here. Desert Edge Motorcycles, without them, this would have been really difficult to do. I turned up on Tuesday. Thanks to Nathan Bell that's out the back there. I think he finished 12th tonight. He took me out for my first ever pre-run. And yeah, I was shit scared. To be completely honest, I felt like an absolute virgin out there on terrain I've never seen before in my life. I've raced motocross, supercross, superbikes, and I really wanted to tick this off, and to do this is amazing. One thing that I've really experienced over the course of the past 4 days is that together we are an amazing family, and it's been overwhelming to see the amount of joy and appreciation and respect we have for one another. The amount of people that came up to congratulate each and every person that finished was amazing. But without Honda Motorcycles, I wouldn't be here. They provided me a great bike to be able to finish this race, but I don't want to talk about all the sponsors. I know everyone does that. What I want to say is the appreciation I have for the top 20 riders and for the other 500 riders that finished this race is beyond imagination. I cried when I finished. Like, it was overwhelming. The mental anguish you have for 480 kilometres is beyond imagination. I actually can't explain it to the other guys that race motocross, who I've appreciated a great opportunity and career in. But yeah, Kevin Williams, thanks for coming up and say good day. Sam, Steve, thanks for the beers and the red wine. Nathan Bell and his dad. I asked you to take me out for a pre-run. You just said no problems. That's what this community and family is all about. To the volunteers, to the people on the side of the track that kept spurring us on, it made a massive difference. Just to the boys that won, Damien, I don't understand how you went so fast. Like, it's crazy. So a round of applause to everyone that's a part of this event, a round of applause to everyone that finished, and thank you so much for just a great, amazing weekend. Thank you so, so much.
You have to come back now. Well done. That's fantastic. Well done. Okay, going to move back into get through a few more of these dog spikes, Anthony. We're getting near the end of it. Going to go to competitor 1, 2, 3, Nicholas Baker from New South Wales. Can I have some help out here with the dog spikes?
You want me to do it?
And then we have competitor 151, Samuel Handley, Victoria. X48, Nicholas Reuter, Alice Springs. 334, Luke Gleeson, New South Wales. 335, Danielle Foote, Victoria. 612, Jason Stewart, Victoria. X47, Adam Doonan, New South Wales. 208, Roscoe Hartley, New South Wales. 778, Troy O'Connor, New South Wales. X56, Jaden Page, Victoria. X97, Megan Rutledge, New South Wales. X51, Jason Lacombe, Queensland. 575, Benjamin Miller, Victoria. 540, Mikhail Donato, Queensland. 762, Kenneth Hicks, Queensland. 219, Matt Ledley, WA. 214, Brad Mickelson, Victoria. 395, Kyle Simpson, Victoria. 719, Corey Yench, Kulinga, Northern Territory. 614, Matt Jones, Victoria. 531, Daniel Gordon, Queensland. 559, Cody Upton, Western Australia. X96, Glenn Vallender, Victoria. 749, Yariv Konski, Victoria. 846, Neil Doyle, Victoria. 237, Cameron Schumi, New South Wales. 568, Raymond Cole, Victoria. 205, Peter Dalziel, Victoria. 111, Benjamin Russell, Queensland. 594, Peter Mayer, Humpty Doo, Northern Territory. 621, Simon Drew, Victoria. And 499, Nicholas Turner, Alice Springs.
Number 221, Darcy Gordon. 252, Michael McKellar. Number 289, Michael Burns. Number X16, Jack Gaynor. 648, Anthony Hanlon. 680, Michael Burgess. 255, Callum Morrison. X50, Lachlan Mainwaring. 839, Jamie Harrison. 519, Samuel Stockman. 296, Jesse McMillan Moore. 256, Brett Carroll. X39, Jordan Atkinson. X72, James McCarthy. 247, Ben Cartwright. X53, Brodie Crane. 246, Lloyd Woolman. 261, Bo Dargell. Number 20, Toby Hendricks. Number X22, Danny Lean. Number 286, Nathan Bell. 295, Lockie Summers. X38, Willie Turner. Number 14, Mark Grove. 240, Ricky Lane. Number 7, Todd Smith. Number 10, Nathan Trigg. Number 298, Sam Davey. Number 12, Kent Collins. Number 6, Luke Hayes. Number X99, Ivan Long. And rounding out the dog spikes for 2017, Damon Stokey.
Okay, congratulations to all those spike winners. We're now going to move into the bike class 6.
Class 6, Masters 35 to 39 years of age.
Class 6, third in class is bike 621, Simon Drew from Victoria, in a time of 5 hours 33:24. Second in class, bike 640, Anthony Hanlon from Victoria, in a time of 5 hours 25:30. And the winner, this year's champion, bike number 680, Michael Burgess, Victoria, in a time of 5 hours 23:36.
Wait a minute, hold on, I've got to get this thing right. Righto, first of all I'd like to thank all the competitors that made it there and back. The track was pretty punishing this year, I reckon. Yeah, crazy. To the Fink committee and crew, what a huge job. You know, I don't know how you pull this off. To Bolton Motorcycles, Matt Fish, he's been a huge help. Anthony Giles at Choice Suspension for all the awesome the setup of the bikes, just unreal. Avondale Caravan Park for the credit card. My kids, Maddie, Harley and Felix, yeah, they're asleep over there. Chris and Cam for all their help, you know, doing all the pit crew stuff, thanks boys. Ben Greenwood at 100% strength for getting us through. We were sick earlier in the week. He got us through a stomach bug. Special thanks to Judy, the Fink crew, for being so understanding. I had to fly home to a funeral on Friday and it was just so helpful. And last but not least is my awesome wife. Thanks heaps for putting up with me. Thanks everyone.
Now it's time to present another memorial award. It's the David Schmidt Memorial Award, and I'd like to ask Paul Goody if he could come up here. Here he comes. While he's making his way to talk about one of his closest mates, David Schmidt, who passed away in this event. I can tell you I never met the fella. I've heard so much about him over the last 9 years, and I feel like I almost know him, but this bloke knew him even better. So, Paul Goody.
Thanks, Yoff. Smitty, we said goodbye to you in the dark that cold, wet Fink morning in 2008, not knowing I would never get to see you again. What a hole you have left in our lives, but also what an impact that fateful day has had on us all. You alone introduced my family to the Fink experience, and in the last 9 years, we have become part of the Fink family. To all my mates at Team Ironpot 701, you guys are the best. We were all thrown together through adversity in 08, and we have forged a mateship and respect that will last forever. Thank you for the last 9 years. Now we've got something big planned for the next year, and apparently I've been told we've got to train for it, so I'm a bit worried about that. With our motto of just doing it, we will keep Smitty alive forever. Because as we know, he is truly alive out here and free to ride his beloved Fink track forever. Smitty is so real out here that I just wait for him to fly past me on the track with a goodie, come on mate, have a go. To all the first-time competitors out there, congratulations on making it there and back. Enjoy the mateship with your friends tonight, with your tales of near misses and what could have beens. Because that's one of the things I miss the most about not catching up with Smitty that night. Cherish your mates and the experiences you have together, as you don't know how long you've got them for. But most importantly, welcome to the Finke family. To our friends in Alice and on the committee, thank you for all you've done for us over the years and for putting on such an awesome event. Thank you. On behalf of Smitty's family and friends, it gives me great pleasure to award this trophy to the fastest first-time pro-logger in the Masters Class 6, and this year's award goes to Brad Wilkinson. Brad, if you'd like to come up. Brad was on bike 6:30 and he was in a time of 5:23 seconds, and he actually took out 11th outright in prologue. Well done, mate. Thanks, John.
Want to say a few words? Oh. I'll get it down here. Well done, Brad, and thanks, Paul and Team Ironpot 701. Righto, he's been trawling the floor. I know he's been looking for talent, and I'm sure he's found it. And Hendo's been out there with him looking around. It's time for another Benny special. And just as we prepare, I'll remind you that this is the 2017 Tatts Finke Desert Race presentation night, brought to you by You Betcha, You Bet. And let your friends know on the stream that the outright presentations are coming up pretty soon. So if they want to tune in, they can do that online. Over to you, Benny.
Thanks very much, Joff. Yeah, well, I tell you what, people can measure their success by their ascension. Go back 4 years ago, our next guest got something like 50th in the motorcycles. Next year he came back, got 24th. Next year he came back and got 12th. And today he came in the top 5 in 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me welcome from Mount Gambier, Kent Collins! Hey, you're a popular boy around these parts because it's the privateer, the highest placed privateer. Well done.
Thank you.
I knew that this was going to be a mongrel of an interview. If there's somebody next to you that's talking, just slap them in the face really, really quickly and tell them to shut up. Because this is something really, really special that while everybody was prepping for this race, this guy's prepping to actually raise money for leukemia research. And so, Dave, how did it all work, Kent? Because how many kilometres? You were going from Melbourne to Adelaide, is that right? On a
push bike.
On a push bike, so no motor involved at all. You and Dad?
Yeah, myself, Dad, and a friend, Elliot Jones.
That's amazing, isn't it? So how much money did you guys raise together?
So our Limestone Coast community really they got behind us, and we raised over $60,000. So
$60,000 riding all the way from Melbourne to Adelaide on a push bike. And here's the big one. Are you ready for this? How long ago did this happen?
4 weeks.
4 weeks, when everybody's thinking prep for Finke, prep for Finke. This guy's out raising money. He hates it. Believe me, I've had 3 people come up to me tonight and say, please, if you're going to do an interview on somebody, interview Kent Collins and talk about what he's doing away from Finke. And that is a testament to what's really going on in the heart of this guy. We love you, man, and what you achieved today was outstanding. And there are so many fans in this room of Kent Collins. Put your hands together. The boy from Mount Gambier. Well done, mates. Back to you, boys.
Thanks, Benny. Now we're going to move into another one of the car classes. This one is the Class 3 Super 1650 buggies.
Super 1650 buggy. Buggies with engines between 1330cc and 1650cc.
And in this class, second place goes to car 278, Craig and Luke Pankhurst, Alice Springs. He did a time of 6 hours 44:35. And the winner in this class is car 242, Michael Phillips, Lisa Phillips from Queensland in 5:45:56.
Just very quickly, I'd like to thank all the organisers and especially all the volunteers. We run around the dust and they're sitting there standing in it, so probably not very pleasant for them. I'd like to thank my wife, Lisa, for navigating. My son, Sam, who's sitting down there, was going to get in the car to come back up, but she wouldn't let him. So, and also the crew I come up with, the Chinchilla competitors and their crew. I met a bloke at a pub one day and he said, "You got to do the Finke Desert Race." And I said, "Yeah, right." And he said, "You nominate and I'll get it there." And he unfortunately just left. Pat Philp from Pat's Diesel Service at Chinchilla. So we owe all this to all those people and everybody who helped me out. Thank you.
Moving on now to the Pro-lite Buggies Class 2.
Pro-lite buggy. Buggies with engines up to 3500cc naturally aspirated.
Third in class, car 121, Matthew Martin, Kerry Martin, New South Wales, a time of 4 hours 45:32. Second in class, car 131, Chris Browning, Chris Clark, New South Wales, Queensland combination, a time of 4 hours 38:28. And the champion in this class this year is car 135, Andrew Moles and Matthew Morgan, Northern Territory. Time of 4 hours 17:51.
Now you're going to die.
Righto. Thanks very much for the organisers of the event. It's a pretty tough event. I've got to thank my sponsors, Alice Hostech, Sid Chrome, High Tech, Oils, Donaldson, Craig Harrison, it was a good engine, Troy from TC Tuning, King Shocks, Mike Shock Shop, Southcots, AIS, Nido, Brett from Kleminski Mining, the off-road shop. Thank all my crew for going down there. They did a good effort for us. Paul, Scott, Scotty, Dave. I've got to thank my wife, Natasha, my two girls for putting up with me for the last couple of weeks. Lisa, and especially Matt. It's been a pretty big last few weeks. Thanks very much.
Now going to move into Class 1 in the car's Pro Buggy.
Pro Buggy. Buggies with engines over 1650cc and not exceeding 6000cc for petrol engines or 7200cc for diesel engines.
Third in this class is car 32, Michael Marsden, Chris Colborne, Queensland. A time of 4 hours 11:40. Second in the class, car 1, Jack Rhodes, David Paluno, South Australia. A time of 3 hours 50:56. And this year's champion in this class, car 33, Shannon Wrench, Ian Wrench, Victoria. A time of 3 hours 42:40.
Just lost my voice a bit, but I'll try. Big thanks to the Finke committee and club for putting on a great race again. Just everyone involved and everyone that gets behind the event in Alice Springs, really appreciate it. And big congratulations to Jack and Michael, well done.
Okay, off this way, fellas. Now going to move on to the bikes in Class 5.
Class 5, 251cc to 450cc 4-stroke.
Class 5, third in the class, bike X38, William Turner, Alice Springs. A time of 4 hours 53:56. Second in the class, bike 7, Todd Smith, New South Wales, 4 hours 28:33. and this year's champion and winner of the class, bike X99, Ivan Long, South Australia, 4 hours 15 and 7 seconds.
Go select.
I can't believe this has actually happened. Like, literally, at the start of this year, I had no ride, and I actually rang Jeff Leask and asked if I could actually ride for Husqvarna Australia, and I can't believe we've actually made this happen. And if it wasn't for Swartz Excavations and Buttrell Earth Moving, SDI, Greenfield Desert Racing, there's so many guys that jumped on board to help, and all the Ted Freckle guys, they wanted to help out, so thanks guys, you did an awesome field stop. Sorry I made you work so hard on the first day, but we managed to get it done and get down the other end. And the Husky held together really good, so especially on that first day, I punished the hell out of that thing because I was so angry. So apart from that, yeah, thank you for everybody for helping me out to get me up here. So thanks.
Now, Benny, are you up and about?
Yeah, I'll have a longer one next time.
No? Okay. Going to move on now to the bikes in Class 4.
Class 4, up to 250cc 4-stroke.
Third in the class, bike 492, Jaden Annesley from Alice Springs, their time of 6 hours, 1 minute and 6 seconds. Second in the class, bike 499, Nicholas Turner, Alice Springs, a time of 5 hours 32:54. Stick around. And the winner of the class and this year's champion, bike number 14, Mark Grove, Victoria, in a time of 4 hours 50:29.
Yeah, the Riga shock worked bloody awesome. Give us a sec here. First off, pretty bummed to Caleb couldn't get it standing up here. He's a top bloke, so I wish him a speedy recovery. Huge congrats to the boys standing up here and everyone else in the class, everyone that got back. As far as I know, it's the first time a 250's ever made it inside the top 10. I have Tim Scriven from Scriven's Honda Kerrang to thanks for this. I've been racing for him for 20 years now. Words can't describe how much this means to me to be a part of this team. It's amazing, and to this day I still don't know how that 250 gets down and back. Also, thanks to Stubbsy and the guys at the fuel stops. They did an awesome job to get us in and out quick. Smith Brothers and all their crew for their help down at Finke. What else we got here? Huge thanks to the wife and the family back home for allowing me to spend a lot of time up here. Easy Race Products, Novik Gloves Australia, Greenie from GDR Suspension, keeping me safe. Mount Buller Motorcycle Tours, B&B Off-Road, Motor X, SP Motor Seats, Willmax Graphics, Planet MX, Raceline Performance, does a top job for the motors. Proformance, VP Race Fuel, Steg Pegs, Adrian for his help out pre-running, and last off, Matt Jones for his help for everything. Thank you.
And I might just add, that is a really impressive performance by Mark Grove. He's taken a 250 down and back in under 5 hours, 4 hours and 50 minutes, and he's finished in the top 10. Well done, Mark. You've done really well there.
Moving right along, we're now going to move on to bikes class 3.
Class 3, up to 250cc two-stroke.
Third in class, bike 334, Luke Gleeson, New South Wales, 5 hours 51:42. Second in class, bike 335, Danielle Foote from Victoria in 5 hours 51:38. 4 seconds between them. And the winner of this class and this year's champion, bike 395, Kyle Simpson, Victoria, in 5 hours 45:25.
Just like to thank the Finke committee and the officials, Mum and Dad, Joel Stafford for all the effort they put in, Sanford Welding and all the sponsors, and all the boys at the fuel stops. Thank you.
Now going to move up to class 2.
Class 2, 451cc and above, 4-stroke.
Third in class, bike number 12, Kent Collins, South Australia, 4 hours 24:02. Second in class, bike 6, Luke Hayes, Alice Springs, 4 hours 15:38. And our champion, class 2, is bike number 4, Damon Stokey, Alice Springs. 4 hours, 11 minutes, 12 seconds.
Don't look at me.
You're going to get Damien to say a few words over there, Yoff?
Damien, do you want to say a few words now?
Get the phone out so I can read some names.
All right, first off, just like to thank Activate Refrigerator and Electrical, Yamaha Australia Blue Crew, everyone from the team. They've done an amazing job over the last couple of weeks getting us all ready. Chili Dynamics, especially Ben Dick, he's done an unreal job taking us down the track and that. Michelin and Scope Building. Yeah, just like to thank everyone who's helped me get here along the way over the last 7 years since I've been competing in this race, and yeah, thank you.
Well done, well done. Okay, we're now going to move on to our last class of the evening, and that is Class 1 in the bikes.
Class 1, 251cc and above, two-stroke.
So third in this class is bike 151 Samuel Handley from Victoria in a time of 5 hours 52:36. Second in class is bike 111 Benjamin Russell from Queensland, 5 hours 35:22. And the winner and this year's champion, bike number 10, Nathan Trigg, Victoria, in a time of 4 hours 27:58.
Yeah, just first of all, like to thank all the committee behind the event and everyone that fueled me up. I'd like to big thanks to Craig Saunders setting up my bike and just the endless amount of money he's put in and time. Midas Tyres, Jeff Leesky for my practice bikes back home and also helped with I think the race bike. SA Plasterboards and the Hatter Roadhouse, Trigg Farms, Redcliff's Bakery, Sunraysia Riverland Refrigeration Service, just the whole crew, Tomo, Andy for bringing up my bike, and also just a shout out to my girlfriend, it's her birthday today, so happy birthday.
Now that the room's quiet, are we ready over there? Yeah. Strap yourself in for the highlights reel of this year's Tatts Finke Desert Race. Hello. That highlights reel was courtesy of Brindle Films, who made our 2015 event DVD, which most of you may have seen. One of the best, I think, that we've ever had. They are making it again this year. And in addition to that, they're doing a feature documentary for international release later this year or early next year. So we're very excited for them, and congratulations to the work they've done. Righto. It's now time to present the plates for the top 20 bikes. So these are the top 20 placings, and these placings will carry number 1 to number 20 in next year's event. And they are 20. And if they could come up here, we'll take a photo of hopefully all 20. Number 20 in 2018 will be Jordan Atkinson. Number 19 in 2018 will be James McCarthy. Number 18 in 2018 from Alice Springs, Benny Cartwright. Number 17 next year, number X53, Brodie Crane. They'll get out of order. Wearing number 16 next year, from Echuca in Victoria, Lloyd Woolman. Number 15 next year. So this was 15th place this year. From Rocky View in Queensland, Bo Dargill, or Dargill. 14th position this year and wearing 14 next year. From Golgol in New South Wales, Toby Hendricks. '13th outright this year. And 13 next year is from Woodcroft in South Australia, Danny Lean. In 12th position this year from Karratha in Western Australia, Nathan Bell. This year in 11th place in the bikes from Grange in South Australia is Lachlan Summers. Tenth outright in the bike section from Alice Springs, Willie Turner.
Mr. Spaceman, give me a dream.
In 9th place from Gisborne in Victoria, Mark Grove. In 8th place from Mount Isa, Ricky Lane. In 7th place is Todd Smith from Condobolin. Good on you, Todd. Todd was number 7 this year. In 6th place from Oyen in Victoria, number 10, Nathan Trigg. In 5th place from Echuca in Victoria, number 298, Sam Davey. In 4th place from Mount Gambier, number 12, Kent Collins. In 3rd place, number 6 from Alice Springs, Luke Hayes. In 2nd place from Murray Bridge in South Australia, X99, Ivan Long. And that coveted first place with the number 1 plate on next year from Alice Springs, number 4, Damon Stokey. You kneel down and come in, and do I really need to do this? Come on, you blokes, move into the middle. Yeah. Oh, get in. That's it. This is hard. These are bike riders. They're pretty damn good ones at bike riding too. Keep squeezing in, guys. Well done, fellas. That's this year's top 20 and next year's top 20 plate winners, riders, wearers, holders. There's a fair bit of talent walking off the stage here.
You do, mate. You're absolutely Ben.
Thanks, Ben. Just got an update before that we've had over 15,000 watching the Tatts Finke Desert Race tonight. That's sponsored by UBet. So if you're texting your mates, the outrights are coming up right now. I'd like to invite back to the stage for the presentation of the outright trophies from Tatts. Rochelle and Tess. So we'll do the cars first. So can I have that? Is that right? Okay. Actually, I might get you I might get you to hand me these checks.
How many checks are there?
There's three. There's three second and
Okay, they're not big ones. They're paper.
They're real ones. And then how often I get to the handover this staff
So should I?
Thank you.
I need official.
Can you give her the checks? Yeah. Okay. I appreciate everyone's patience tonight. This has been a long-running night and we have presented more dog spikes than we ever had. But now the outrights in the car section. In third place, outright. I don't know whether everyone will be able to hear me, will they? Can you hear up the back? Yeah, one can. Okay, in the outright section, third place in this year's Tatts Finke Desert Race in a time of 3 hours, 50 minutes and 56 seconds. Car number 1, Jack Rhodes and David Polino. Jack, would you like to say a few words?
First of all, I'd just like to thank our team. They've put a massive effort in the last couple months and to get everything here and actually have a car to be able to compete. I'm very grateful. My family, mum and dad, my partner Tess, everyone that's come and supported us, it's been awesome. My sponsors, Peter Kittle, Fuchs and also GNS Transport, they got us to Prolog this year. We weren't actually even looking like we were going to race, so big thank you to them and everybody else involved.
Good on you. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, David. Just stay there. In second place in the car section, the time of 3 hours 45:58. Number 413, Bo Robinson and Shane Hutt.
Listen, very careful.
Don't you kiss me. This is rated.
Oh, I love you, Yoss.
This is rated PG.
What more do you want from me? Do you want a kiss on the lips?
No.
Come on, mate. Do you want a kiss on the lips? You want a kiss on... Who wants me to kiss Scoff in the lips? Yeah? Yeah? Raise them up! Raise them up!
I need a donation.
Get out of the way. Right, listen. I have the most precious person on our team. It's not, it's plural, not really. Like, shut up, Yoff. The most precious person on our team, his name's Brett. His birthday was yesterday, so we're all about to sing him happy birthday. Yeah? Yeah? So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brett. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. No, seriously though, thank you very much to everyone else. You all did a great job. Alice Springs, Fink Committee, thank you. Lee, what more do you want?
Thanks, mate. No, I don't want anything more. I think I've just got a bit of hair on my lip, which I don't usually have. Okay. Our No, I've got my wife in the audience. Our outright winners in the car section in a time of 3 hours and 42 minutes. They were 3 minutes 18 ahead of these fellas, Beau and Shane. Car number 33, they are now 5-time winners from Warrnambool in Victoria, Shannon and Ian Wrench.
Singing, we will rock you.
I did it, you do it.
We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street.
Yeah, just a big thanks, mainly to my family. Sorry? Brett's had enough tonight. I couldn't do it without them. My dad especially, and Katie and my mum, thanks heaps. Big thanks to Mick and Luke for all their help over the weekend, and always thank you. Some sponsors, Hog's Breath, BF Goodridge, Fox and Lucas Oils, Albans, Motec, thanks heaps. And congratulations to these boys, great race. Again, well done Beau and Jack, and look forward to next year, thanks. Sorry, one more big thanks to Doubletree by Hilton for looking after us up here, and Tyre Power and everyone else for helping us out in Alice. Thanks heaps.
Congratulations.
That's the petrol. You got the petrol and that's your tray. Okay, all right. You might want to move into the middle and we'll get a photo of everybody. So they are this year's car champions, first, second and third place. Will you please give them a round of applause? Thanks, guys. You just hate that when you get your pages out of order. Righto, I think I've got it. Nothing much could go. Righto. Sorry everyone, just bear with me for a moment. Righto. The outrights for the bike section. If I could have a couple of the grid ambassadors up here to present that. And Rochelle will also present the Bike Perpetual Trophy. There was a ding-dong battle for second and third place. I was sitting in race control watching these two moving through the field, or progressing back to Fink. Both X99 and number 6, they were having a ding-dong battle. But coming into Alice Springs in third place, from Alice Springs in a time of 4 hours 15:38, number 6, Luke Hayes.
Couldn't kill it as a poor man stealing, tired of living like a blind man. I'm sick of sound without a sense of feeling, and this is how you remind me. This is how you remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. And this time I'm mistaken. Forehead and your heart was breaking. And I've been wrong. I've been down into the bottom of every bottle. These are words in my head. Scream while we having fun. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. Yeah, 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 no, no, yeah, yeah.
A very popular young lad from Alice Springs. Good on you, Lukey. It's all yours, mate.
Jeez. G'day, everybody. Yeah, firstly, just like to give a massive thanks to my family, my mum and my brothers in particular. They've had my back massively over the last 12 months. And to the Sabaton family and to the Clark family also in particular, yeah, you guys have been great support for me lately. To the KTM Desert team, thank you so much to Colin Ross and Jeff Leask for the opportunity. Lifelong dream of mine to be able to ride a factory bike, and you know that came true this weekend, so thank you. Yeah, and obviously with the KTM team, all the associated sponsors as well. So North Star Pastoral, Motorex, Troy Lee Designs, Allied Equipment Sales, Peter Kittles, Winter Sun, Scope. And I'd also like to thank a big thank you to Alice Springs Auto Parts and Joe Sabaton. Thanks, mate. Without you, this year would have been flushed down the toilet months ago. So thank you. Couldn't thank enough Stephen Greenfield from GDR Suspension. He's been my mentor this year, and honestly don't think this would have been achievable without his help either. The bike was handling unbelievably. Hands down the best bike I've ever ridden. Also like to thank all the guys on the KTM team. GK, thank you for your guidance and mentoring over the last few months, mates. Really appreciated it. All the mechanics, particularly Carusi and Harry. You guys have been up here flat out over the last few months, and you know, you've helped me out a bunch. Thank you so much. To my brothers, I've already mentioned you guys, Tom, Sam and Harry, thank you very much. To the crew at the Couric, thanks for waving as I come past, boys. And my mate Toddy, thanks bro, you've had my back all year, man. Weekend hustlers, keeping me hustling everywhere I go, keep me looking fresh, thank you very much. And yeah, the Napier family, and you know, obviously everyone else who makes this event so great. You know, I've haven't missed a Fink my whole life, so you know, growing up as a local kid, basically idolising the likes of the people who succeed at this race, and you know, to finally be up there in the mix rubbing shoulders with guys that I've looked up to my whole life, you know, it's been awesome for me. Such an amazing experience. And just on a personal note, today marks 11 months to the day that my father passed away, and his best result was third outright back in 1998. And I was thanks everyone. And yeah, so since I was 4 years old, being on this podium has been a bucket list dream of mine, and it feels so good to be here. So thanks everybody.
Yeah, well said, Lukey. Congratulations. And for those that aren't aware, Luke's dad was a very close friend of many of us on the at the Fink Desert Race Club, the Alice Springs Motorcycle Club. He was all about Deepwell Station, and that's where this young fella grew up riding. Billy Hayes, he passed away in July last year. Great stuff, Luke. In second place in the bikes, as I said, they had a ding-dong battle. They were ding-dong, I said. Nothing about... in the end, second place prevailed over third, but in second place, just 31 seconds ahead of Luke. From Murray Bridge, number X99, Ivan Long.
Thank you. Huge thanks to everybody that makes this event possible. I know as a kid I definitely grew up looking at this race. My old man kept me away from it for a long time, and I can see why. He knew that I was going to come up here and just go ballistic. And yeah, so this year it literally just went ballistic. It was probably my own fault. I changed my own tyres and I stuffed that up, so next time somebody else is going to have to change my tyres. But if it wasn't for all these sponsors, Husqvarna Australia, Buttsross Surf Movers, Swartz Excavations, Shot Sports Nutrition, keeping me hydrated over the last couple of months, Pod Active, Rex Fleeter at Fuel Talk, Thor MX Australia, Gas Imports, SDI. Thank you to Brad Raffin, done an awesome job behind the scenes. Also Greenfield Desert Racing. I'm so glad you jumped on board. Man, you saved my life so many times out there, and especially in the last 10 Ks, man, I had the biggest square edge in my life, and there is going to be a video on my Facebook page with that. There's a few locals that end up getting that on video, so make sure you keep out an eye for that. Also, Jeff Dre, MX, Zero MX Graphics, Armour Fire Protection, Bellray Oils, Service Australia, Ted Freckle Racing, thanks guys. You guys did a killer field stop 1 and 2, especially on day 1 with that tyre. Awesome job. And also thank you to all the KTM guys that come over and give me help to get us back on the track. Michelin Tyres, Steg Pegs, RMC Media, Moto Adelaide, also Matt and Mel for lending us, let us use their shed, massive help. Fitzy and Steely, and Rowley, Fitzy, Steely and Rowley, keeping me bike in the best shape possible. Thank you heaps for that. And obviously, if it wasn't for Kate keeping everything in line, yeah, I probably wouldn't be up here either. So thank you for Kate, and everybody have a good night. Thank you.
Well done, Ivan. And this year's bike champion. Boy, what a bolter this was. What a fantastic result. He did this in 4 hours, 11 minutes and 12 seconds. He was 4 seconds ahead of Ivan. From Alice Springs, many people, including myself, mighty proud of this young fella. From Alice Springs, number 4, Damon Stokey.
as I said before, I'd just like to thank everyone from Yamaha. They did an unbelievable job the last 2 weeks. All the boys have been flat out, full noise, getting me and Joshy ready. Everyone in my family who made the trip up here, they've done an unbelievable job. And, you know, it's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid to be up here. So I definitely didn't expect it this year. I had a hand injury 7 weeks ago that I didn't think I'd be racing the race at all. So everyone from Yamaha's done everything they can to help me get ready. They flew me to Brisbane to get my hand checked out and get a clearance and everything. So I only decided to race last weekend. And it's been a hell of a journey over the last couple months, but I'm astounded that I'm up here in first place. I feel really sorry for my mate David Walsh. He blew his bike up today, and yeah, I think he had it in the bag. You know, it was his. He did a really good job, and I'm super bummed for him. But yeah, I'm also happy to. I'm super stoked to bring the win home for Alice Springs. It's been a long time since anyone's been up here from who's been local. So you know, I'm stoked and I'm very proud of myself and everyone who's been around me for the journey. So yeah, thank you.
Now, for those of you that mightn't have known, Damon, just show me your hand. Show me your left hand.
Sorry, just got a butt in. I've got to give out the BOG award, Best on Ground. I think it goes to Dylan Riley Pick this year. Is that right? Sorry.
No. Tell me about your left hand. It almost looks like it's broken. It's twice the size of your right hand. What did you do?
I broke my hand 2 months ago in a race in Western Australia, Gascoyne Dash. So I got 14 pins and screws in my hand. Yeah, it's pretty swollen as you can see, but it got me there and back, so yeah.
Tell me, what was your feeling when you rode past David Walsh? Did you see him on the side of the road?
Yeah, I seen him. I was really gutted, to be honest, but I just nursed at home from then on. I was going to do that anyway because, you know, the size of my hand, and I couldn't. I just had to ride my own race and go slow. Yeah. I just had to. I took it easy all weekend and just rode within myself and did what I can with my hand. So yeah, I was just stoked to get home in one piece. To be honest, I come into this weekend thinking I could possibly pull a top 5, but to be up here on the top step, I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. So thanks to everyone who's ever helped me. This is my 7th Fink. Anyone who's ever chipped in along the way. Thank you. You all know who you are, and yeah, I'm stoked to be up here.
Good on you, Damon Stokey, our champion. Damon. I'll just get our first, second and third out in the middle for any photos that want to be taken. Well done, boys. That's a fantastic effort. You want a photo? Okay, we're just quickly going to draw the raffle that was held over the weekend. There are 2 prizes. The first one is for the esky. And the winner of the esky is Chris Glass. Congratulations to Chris. And the winner of the signed poster is Rex Spencer. So congratulations to those. That just about wraps it up tonight, everybody. Thank you for being so patient. It's almost midnight. Thanks to those that put tonight together. The guys from Staging Connections, Benny for his interviews, Jeff on the camera, Claire and the grid ambassadors, and also our DJ. Appreciate everyone's help, and have a good night.
Painted faces fill the places I can't reach. You know that I could use somebody. You know that I could use